India is the world's most populous nation with 1.45 billion people. Japan has just 123 million. India's workforce is nearly 8 times the size of Japan's, a demographic powerhouse. India's median age is just 28. Japan's is 49, one of the oldest populations on Earth. Japan has the highest life expectancy in the world at 85 years. India trails by 13 years. India's population is still growing. Japan's is shrinking by 0.5% every year. Japan's excellence in physics and chemistry has earned it 29 Nobel Prizes to India's 13. Japan dominates with nearly 500 Olympic medals. India has only 35 despite its massive population. India has nearly 4 times as many billionaires as Japan. The Ambani and Adani empires lead the pack. India maintains the world's second-largest military, with 1.45 million active troops. India's reserve pool is massive at 2.1 million. Japan's self-defense reserves are minimal. India's paramilitary, CRPF, BSF, and others, is one of the world's largest at 2.5 million. A historic moment. India has just overtaken Japan to become the world's 4th largest economy. Per person, Japan is still 12 times richer than India. The gap remains enormous. India's economy is growing at nearly 7%. Japan struggles to break past 1%. India outspends Japan on defense by nearly 30 billion, and the gap is widening. Both nations run trade deficits, but India's is 4 times larger due to massive oil imports. Japan sits on the world's 2nd largest foreign exchange reserves after China. India recently overtook Japan in gold reserves. The Reserve Bank has been buying aggressively. India's IT sector leads. Bangalore is the outsourcing capital of the world. Japan carries an enormous external debt load, a byproduct of decades of economic stimulus. Japan's stock market still leads, but the Bombay Stock Exchange is closing the gap rapidly. India produces some oil domestically. Japan produces virtually none, almost entirely import-dependent. India is the world's 2nd largest coal producer. Japan has no significant coal production. India's massive solar push has brought its renewable share above Japan's for the first time. Japan is cautiously restarting reactors after Fukushima. India is building new ones from scratch. India's air force is significantly larger, the 4th biggest in the world. India flies Rafales, Su-30s, and Tejas. Japan relies on F-15s and is adding F-35s. Japan surprisingly leads in attack helicopters with its fleet of AH-64 Apaches and AH-1 Cobras. India's transport fleet supports operations from the Himalayas to the Indian Ocean. Japan already has 42 F-35 stealth fighters. India's own stealth jet, the AMCA, is still in development. India operates over 4,000 tanks, including the domestically built Arjun. Japan's force is much smaller. India's mechanized forces are built for large-scale land warfare on the Pakistan and China borders. Japan leads in self-propelled guns with its modern Type 99 platform. India's massive towed artillery force includes the new M777 ultra-lightweight howitzers. India fields the Pinaka and Smerch MLRS systems, critical for border defense. India's Agni series gives it intercontinental strike capability. Japan has no ballistic missiles of its own. India's Navy controls the Indian Ocean with nearly 300 warships. India operates 2 carriers, including the domestically built INS Vikrant. Japan has helicopter carriers only. Japan's Soryu and Taie-class boats are among the world's most advanced conventional submarines. Japan's destroyer fleet is one of the largest in Asia, equipped with Aegis combat systems. India is building frigates at a rapid pace with its expanding domestic shipbuilding industry. India's fast attack corvettes patrol the vast Indian Ocean coastline. Japan's merchant fleet is 3 times larger, supporting its trade-dependent economy. India is a declared nuclear state. Japan remains under the U.S. nuclear umbrella and has none of its own. India's Arihant-class nuclear submarines give it a sea-based nuclear deterrent. India's ISRO is one of the most cost-effective space agencies in the world. Both nations compete fiercely in orbit. India is massively expanding airport infrastructure to handle its booming travel demand. Japan invented the bullet train in 1964. India's first high-speed rail line is still under construction. India's road network is the second largest in the world, 5 times Japan's total length. Indian Railways is one of the world's largest rail networks, carrying billions of passengers each year. Japan's automotive giants, Toyota, Honda, Nissans, still produce more cars, but India is closing fast. 900 million Indians are online, the world's second largest digital population. India has 750 million smartphone users, fueling the world's fastest growing app economy. Japan leads the world in industrial robotics with nearly 400 robots per 10,000 workers. Japan's island geography gives it 4 times more coastline than India's eastern and western shores.